Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is David Benjamin from healthywildandfree.com. Today in this video, I want to talk with you about a sort of a spiritual concept and just share some of my story with you, because everything that I try to become, do, and have in my life to live a more fulfilling, happy, inspired life is grounded in improving my mind, body, and spirit. And I believe that if we improve and optimize and really just grow in our mind, body, and spirit, our health, our wellness, our happiness, our fulfillment, and our overall level of satisfaction and joy in life continues to rise as we become more aligned with our purpose and our life as a whole. So today I want to talk about the dichotomy of Father God, or God, and Mother Earth. And, you know, just to share a little bit with you of who I am and a little bit of my history, I was raised in a Christian household until I was 18 years old. It was a Pentecostal church, so if you are familiar with Christianity and Pentecostalism, it's basically like the highest point on the Christianity ladder of radical belief systems and dedicatedness to Christianity. And I learned a lot from the experience, and I'm actually very grateful for being raised in a Christian household, because I learned different things like ethics, morals, principle, love, forgiveness, gratitude. I learned a lot of positive principles that I still carry with me to this day, and I'm very grateful for those grounding things that I had in my life. But one of the things that I've learned in my personal journey is that as time went on in my life, I was a Christian for 18 years of my life, basically, and then I started questioning everything. I was like, I don't believe in God, and then I was an atheist, essentially, and then I started realizing, well, I'm really smart, and I'm really logical, and my mind is telling me that, honestly, I don't know the truth, and that is the absolute smartest answer I could possibly have, and I want to be extremely smart and have a smart brain and be very, very smart, so I'm going to go with agnostic. So then I became an agnostic. And then I realized that God is not what it was defined to be when I was growing up, when I was part of the Christian religion. Or if you're a Christian, Jew, or Muslim, then God for you is this almost like a person, if you will, and not what I have come to define it as in my life, which is more of an overall being. It's an overall presence of energy within life that creates, and it has a form of an inception of creating some form of life. And so over time, really, I've just changed my definition of God, and it's become something that is more suiting and truthful to me in my life, at least. And now I believe in God, but my definition has drastically changed, because it's a presence, it's an energy, it's love, it's a creative force that continues to create and works in my favor and in your favor if you choose for it to do so, and you align with the principles of God, if you will, which are positivity, balance, forgiveness, truth, love, kindness, compassion, gratitude, and things like that. So I have found that in my life I've started to align with God and the God within me, because we all have God within ourselves, which really God is what? It's a form of masculine energy. So that's what this video is about. It's about God, or Father God, versus Mother Earth. And why do I say verse? Why do I say Father God versus Mother Earth? Well, one of the things that I've found is that in today's society and culture and world as a whole, we are very masculine dominant. We are masculine dominated. So whether it's government, business, politics, any organizations, religious organizations, you name it. Not only are the percentage of men that run and control these organizations, 90+%. I mean, look at Fortune 500 companies and look at religious organizations. The Pope is a man, the President is a man, the CEOs of multinational corporations are men. So masculine dominance has really penetrated and permeated our society as a whole, and it has become something that's routine and normal. And I think that's personally because religion and all these big organizations embrace that kind of masculine man-based energy that is sort of dominant, forceful, and can often become ego-driven in order to pursue one's own egotistical needs of greed, selfishness, dominance, control. The list goes on and on. So, what is God really? What is God now? God is an energy. It's a positive presence that is out there, right? We don't really, God isn't a tree, and at the same time it is. But it can't be defined in, oh, it looks like this, it tastes like this, I can, touch it and it feels like this. It's not that definable. It's an energy that's ever changing, it's ever present. So this masculine God energy, if you will, I think has been twisted and warped to become more of an ego-based energy, which the definition or the acronym that I like that Wayne Dyer talks about for ego is edging God out. And it's a masculine energy which can be used in a positive way, but has become ego, which has edged God out and become something of a negative, dominant, controlling type thing. And I think what's really important to understand is that we live on Earth. And we talk about Earth as Mother Earth, or Gaia, which comes from Greek mythology, meaning Mother Earth. And what I find interesting is that religion and all these big organizations are men, masculine based, and all this kind of stuff. But then you have people kind of on the other side of the coin, the flip side of the coin, who are very kind of spiritual, new agey, and they're just like feminine as can be, like it's all about creativity, imagination, and emotion. It's just like, like let's just prance and dance everywhere, and whatever. So I think those are two kind of extremes: the masculine, religious, corporate male, and then the feminine, creative, imaginative, emotional, whatever. And this can be men or women. I'm talking about yin and yang energy here. I'm not talking about men or women specifically. But what I'm describing is these are two different energies and two different understandings of how one can operate and live in this material 3D existence we navigate on a day-to-day basis, this masculine and this feminine energy, right? And they both have positive aspects and traits to them, but they can both have negative aspects and traits to them as well. And if we reside too deeply in feminine or too deeply in masculine energy, which most people are too deeply in masculine energy in today's world because of religion, politics, business, etc., even women who compete in business and who compete are becoming more masculine in order to compete. And when we have this energetic imbalance of femininity and masculinity, it creates a disrupted, confused being because we don't have that yin and yang balance within our lives. And the beauty of that energetic balance of feminine and masculine energy is that we can have the strength and the grounded presence of masculinity, yet we can have the emotional intelligence and creative imaginative capabilities of feminine energy. So I think it's important that whether you're a man or a woman, whether you work in corporate America, or you're religious, or you're spiritual, or whatever or wherever you are at this very point in your life, it's important to distinguish the difference between Father God and that masculine God-like energy, and that feminine Mother Earth Gaia-like energy, and to make both of those a part of your life so that you can use both of those energies to your advantage. It's a two-sided thing. It's like they're constantly shifting and benefiting you in a certain way. But if you're dominant in one, it creates an imbalance in the other, and then you're walking in misalignment. Kind of like, you go to a chiropractor to get your back adjusted. So if something's out of line, energetically, it creates an imbalance that creates pain within your emotional body, it creates pain within your energetic body, it creates turmoil, confusion, depression, all sorts of disharmony within the body, and dis-ease, D-I-S-ease, our body's meant to be in ease, and it creates that dis-ease and that disharmony within the body. So I would encourage you to find God and Gaia, to find both your masculine and your feminine energy within your life, incorporate both of those into your life. And if you're one-sided right now, more masculine or feminine, try to find some of that balance in your life within your mind, body, and spirit. And what I mean by that is within your mind, to think and feel in a way that entertains both of those energy. Within your body, to eat and consume foods that are both masculine and feminine, and that's a whole other conversation I'll get into in future videos. And then spiritually, just play with those energies. You know, we transcend and we grow and we evolve when we begin to play with and entertain in the spiritual realm, if you will. These energies are meant to be played with, they're meant to be enjoyed, and they're meant to be expressed. So find your masculine and find your feminine energy, whether you're a man or female, and I think that's going to help you with higher levels of happiness, fulfillment, joy, peace, and understanding of this crazy universe and world we live in as a whole. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, my name is David Benjamin. I'm from healthywildandfree.com. If you learned something beneficial from this video, or you just thought someone you know in your life personally could benefit from this message because they may be masculine or feminine dominant, please share this video with them. You can share it on Facebook, Twitter, or email it to them specifically. I think this message needs to be heard and resonated with a lot of people, especially at this point in time, because it has a lot of value. And for me in my life, because I came from a religious, work hard kind of background, a very masculine-based energy, in my life I've found, feminine energy, and I've become more emotional, more creative, more imaginative, and it's really inspired me and given me a new source of life that I can't explain in a masculine way, because that feminine side of me and that feminine side of you, it has value. And when you have both of those energies, you become more of a complete, more of a holistic individual, energetically speaking. And that yin and yang, there's so much value to it. So praise be to the Most High Jah and to Mother Gaia, to both of them. You have to see the value in God and what is unknown, in that masculine energy and in that feminine energy where we live on Mother Earth, and to see that once masculine energy can become too dominant, ego takes its role, greed and all this kind of stuff tries to control and dominate Mother Nature, and then you have relationship usury, which is why the divorce rate is over 50%. So it all connects. So find the energy in yourself, masculine and feminine, whether you're a guy or girl. It's so, so very important. And I'm sure I'll talk about this in future videos. So if you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe below, leave your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for your time. Have a great day. Bye.